Hey everybody, welcome back to our video today. You are here with me to style my new shorter hair for the very first time because since I got it cut, realistically, all I've been doing is throwing it and hiding it in a ponytail because I have not had the time to play around and figure out how I would style this length of hair. Now, before I even get going with anything, know that this is my first time having hair of this length in at least I want to say 5 or 6 years, quite a significant amount of time. And since then, I've kind of forgotten how to do hair of this length. And for those of you who always had longer-ish hair, this will feel like really short. So I'm still just trying to figure out my tools. It's the first time I've had the time to really sit down and play with, this hair and how it might turn out and the way I would like to wear it. So this is just wash and dry hair. I didn't even dry it with a round brush or any kind of a brush. I just rough dried it with my fingers. This is what is in my hair. I was at my parents' this morning, so I used Head and Shoulders shampoo and conditioner, super basic and simple, and then I threw in a little bit of the Tresemme heat protectant. Side note, if you got a great recommendation for a heat protectant that doesn't leave your hair crunchy or sticky or anything like that, would love to know. If I'm not using Tresemme, if I'm actually blowing and styling my hair, I would usually use the Bumble and Bumble, the one in the tube. Those guys, I use those often, but if you got a great suggestion, would love to hear it. So tools, I'm going to show you 2 things that I normally would use to style my hair regardless of length, and I'm still just going to try them out today. The first one I have is a regular curling iron, and this is, I want to say 1 1/4 inch. And the one I actually have heating up and almost ready to go is the original Installer. I bought this ages ago. If you've been following me on my channel, you'll know and have seen this many times. It is still my go-to tool for styling my hair. I find that it smooths the hair a bit better while styling, but it doesn't give as much precision and control and detailing versus if I use a regular curling iron. So that's, I think, what I'm gonna toss up between today. I do have this heated up. If it doesn't give me the precise results I want, I might end up plugging this back in to just fix up a few spots. So this hair, it is in this kind of disconnected layer kind of cut. All this that you see here is just my natural texture. I don't have pin straight hair, but I have straight-ish hair, which is currently a bit frizzy from just the winter, and then I do have some natural texture, so it's not straight. All right, I am plugged in. Installer is on. It's preheated to the medium heat setting. I've got some really not professional clips to section off my hair if I need to. So when they cut my hair, we did do a center part, but I realistically could do it either way. And you guys, this is super just me playing around with it. I don't have a game plan, and clearly I don't have a comb either, but I'm thinking for today, because the way I dried my hair, I might do a slightly off-centered part. I do tend to wear my hair just a little bit off-centered, more like this. So I think this is what we're going to do. All right, let's do a top and bottom separation so I can curl the bottom of my hair and then go and work on the top pieces. And we can kind of chat as we do this. For those of you who do have hair of this length, how do you like to wear it? Do you wave it with a waving wand? I am not great at those wands. I always feel like I'm going to burn myself and then really regret it afterwards. Actually, I don't think this clip is big enough. Do I have another clip? Yes, I do. Another clip. But I know that's what a lot of people like using with kind of that lob style length of hair, which is actually more or less what I have right now. Oh my gosh, there's so much hair. I can't keep it up. Okay, let's do 2 clips. Yes, okay, 2 clips. I don't like the way that this one looks. All right, I've managed to find a rubber band hair tie and just tied up my hair, these clips, not doing anything. So, oh well. I find that with, hang on. I find that with shorter hair, it actually seems harder to get my hair sectioned and clipped up. When I had longer hair, I can just kind of like twist it, double up on itself, and then just clip it up. This was actually a lot harder to do. So this, oh, I forgot to mention, this original installer, I think is the 1 inch or maybe an 1.25 inches, if even. I'm inclined to say 1 inch, but I could be wrong. So this is what I do like to use to curl my hair, because I just came up really funny, curl my hair, because I find the plaits really help smooth out my hair. I find that I'm much more efficient, and like the wrist action just works a bit better with either the installer or a regular curling iron like this. With the straightener, you gotta do this wrist twist thing that I've practiced and practiced, but just realistically could not get it down. Alright, so we've got the bottom. I usually don't tend to fuss too much with the bottom because it'll be covered up by the top layers anyways. So you see, I actually just went and got a hair tie and just tied up my hair. There was just too much hair. Okay, I'm gonna do kind of a midsection. I'm gonna get this hair back up. You know, I wasn't initially intending on having my hair quite this short, but I think if I can style it, it will be fine. Plus, hair grows out really quickly, so to make the most of my cut, I guess it's not a bad thing that it's slightly shorter, or else it'll just grow out of the style very, very quick and I have to go and get it trimmed again. Okay, so around my face, I think I'm gonna go backwards so that it kind of flips out that way, and then I'll try to remember to alternate between flipping out and flipping back in. I'm not too concerned about the back. Granted, I can't see it anyway, so I'm sure it'll be fine. Yeah, I love this. After so many years, the installer is still my preferred tool for doing my hair. I know now they've come out with the new versions and it's like wet to dry and all that stuff, but realistically, this old one works perfectly fine. Yeah, I may just have to fluff it and just hope it goes well in the back. Alright, side pieces. Yeah, this is one of the things I really like with using something like this. I can, even without needing to see, because I don't need to twist my, twist the actual curling tool, I can kind of just heat it up and go. But with this, because you have to do the twist, you have to be careful where the back of your head is. Okay, I think that one went okay. See, with these layers, I can't you can't see where things are happening. Okay, I think this is all the hair. So I'm gonna actually start from the back for this part. Okay, let me know if you know what are some good hair clips for when you're styling your hair. Like, I'm not using the right ones. These are decorative hair clips, but I can't find anything else at the moment, and I can't be bothered. So we're just gonna go with this. Note that this is not a tutorial. It's literally me trying to figure things out together with you. Okay, I think that one went okay. You know, the funny thing with this video is that this was not the video I intended to film. I am planning to film a sewing video, but because I really needed to do my hair, I figured we just film this first and then I will film the sewing video, which was the original purpose for getting my makeup on and all of that stuff. Okay, almost done this side. Do you find that when you do your hair, if you're curling it in particular, that one side is the side that you're more comfortable, like agility wise, and it always turns out a little bit better. So this side is definitely my weaker side in terms of like just the way that things turn out. I find I'm not as agile on this side with my hands and all that stuff. Okay, we're going this way. I mean, the whole purpose of curling it one way than the other is just to make sure they don't eventually turn to one big giant clumpy curl. But sometimes you just kind of zhuzh it up afterwards and hope it all goes well. So as long as they're not curled in exactly the same direction, it's usually fine. But I do try to alternate, and alternating is so much easier with a regular curling iron, I gotta say. Okay, that's out. Whew. See, the bottom parts by now doesn't really matter because all the top hair kind of covers it. You know what would be really good on my hair in this length? Hot curlers. I think I've got hot curlers at my parents' place. I'll try to bring them over next time. But I think that actually hot curlers will be amazing on this length of hair. It would be like just so fluffy. That would be nice. Alright, so this is what we've ended up with. I did plug in the regular curling iron just to touch up on a few pieces that were kind of flying a little funny. I think right now there is a bit of frizz on the bottom because the air has just been so dry. So I pulled out a few products. I'm going to see, maybe I might like cocktail them together and see how they work out. The first one I have here is the Way Finishing Cream. So this is something that I got as part of a Sephora point redemption set from Way. I'm not particular to this one way or the other, but I have it. I'm going to use it up and see how it goes. So this is a finishing cream. It just kind of takes down some of the static and the frizziness. I also have in here, and this is something I would use when I have longer hair as well. It's from Redken. You don't have to use this one. There's plenty of other similar products, but it's the Redken Wind-Blown Dry Finishing Spray. I think something like the Bumble and Bumble City Swept will be very similar. Anything by like Garnet Fructis, whatever, would be fine. And of course, if you want to be like super fancy, you know, the Orbe one is probably like the cult favorite. I think what I'm going to do is take down some of this fluff with the finishing cream and then do a bit of the texturizing spray, especially on top. It's a little flat on top, but I didn't want to curl all the way, like way up into the roots. And then I've got two choices for adding a bit more texture back to the curl. I can either use the Bumble and Bumble Thickening Cream Contour, which I think most of you will recognize, or I can use the this is new. I actually haven't tried this yet. I bought it a few weeks ago. This is the OGX, and they used to be organics. Low Shine Bamboo Fiber Texturizer. So that is, this is more of a texturizing paste. I think these two are probably realistically very similar. I'm gonna see how that goes. But first, let's take down some of this like frizz on the bottom with the Way Finishing Cream. I'm just gonna do like a smidge, like not even a dime size. Gotta remember to use less product now that I have shorter hair. So just gonna run it through, and when I do this, like I try to get it between my fingers in the crevices as well. So as I'm kind of going through my hair here, it would distribute a bit better. I do like how fluffy short hair is. It's really hard to get long hair to be fluffy unless you do extensions and stuff like that. So that just instantly took down some of the frizz that I can feel. I'm gonna wipe my hands down. I don't want to do this here because I don't want spray all over my couch. So what does it say? Mild control, mist on dry styled hair to hold airy effect with tousled body and a soft matte finish. So I'm gonna shake this up. I'm gonna do it over the sink or in the bathroom, and then I'll come right back and just show you how that looks. We'll kind of zhuzh it up and then maybe put in a little bit of a styling paste, and I think this hair is good. So be right back. All right, I'm back. I just went over the bathroom tub, flipped my hair upside down, did a couple sprays of this while lifting up my hair. So now it's back to being a little bigger on the bottom, but it's not as like frizzy. Like I don't feel it static sticking to my face, if you know what I mean. So I'm gonna play with this a little bit. And again, that thought I had about hot rollers, I'm sure hot rollers would be fantastic with hair of this length once I figure out how to set them properly. So I think what I'm gonna use, maybe I'm gonna use this. I'm gonna use the OGX bamboo fiber, and it's more of a paste, like so. But if you just, this is something I would just do between my fingertips, and this, then just zhuzh my hair into place. Oh, it smells really nice. And kind of pull on a few pieces. I don't want to create too much frizz up top again. You can accidentally do that. Okay, it's been about a half hour since our last clip. My camera started beeping, my vlog cam, and I couldn't figure out what was happening. It was a bit of a panic. I googled, I recharged the battery, I formatted the memory card. We're back in action, but that does mean it's been about a half hour since when I first started, from the last clip that you saw of me putting the products in. So I actually think it's a good thing because this is how my hair would have settled in like throughout the day. I think like this is where we're at and how it will likely stay. I'm not mad about this style, but I will say it is quite almost like preppy. It's a little too like preppy polished for me. Not that I don't like that on certain days when I want to be quite fancy, but it's almost a little too perfect. Like I want to go rough it up a little bit. I still gotta figure out, like I said, the right tools, the right techniques, and realistically, between you and me, I only know how to do my hair two ways, and that's wash and dry or curled, and this is how I would do it. I haven't actually looked up any tutorials on how to do hair of this length. If you've got any tips, tool recommendations, product recommendations, for goodness sakes, recommendations on what clips to use to section off hair of this length, because apparently the ones I use for long hair no longer work, leave me all the tips, all the comments, all the links down below in the comment section. I'd love to know. Definitely need some help here. But yeah, this is what we ended up with. I hope that you enjoyed spending some time with me in a really casual style my hair. I'm sure things will get a little bit better as I have more practice. I am, like I mentioned, getting my hair colored in a few more days, so I'm super excited for that. I really hope it turns out well. I find that with my hair one solid dark color, it can look a bit just one-dimensional, especially in photos. Like you don't get the dimension of, you know, having either highlights or just something to break up the dark color. So I'm excited to see what the hair salon can do. I'm getting it colored at a new place. It's a little nerve-wracking, but very exciting. I'll be sure to update you all on Instagram. Until next time, feel free to connect with me on all my social media. I miss you tons. Hope you're having a wonderful holiday break, and I'll see you in our next video. Take care, everybody. Bye.